We're frauds. It's France Olympics. He decides, I'll break my mate's house and go make a sandwich.
Like you're moving like you're fucking dancing. You look at this cha-cha-cha.
Hello and welcome back to Uneducated Nuffies, another week. It's AFL preview time, the final week of it. I wanted to get this out of the way. I want to punch you on if you say something stupid. Anyway.
This goes to all of you.
Yeah. Anyway. Let's come back to that in a second. Guys, how were your weekends?
It was good. I had a busy week. First of all, I want to talk about how good is day drinking. Super Bowl Monday day drinking. I'm a big fan of it.
So instead of coming,
Get around of it.
Instead of coming to work here, you went there and disappeared for 6 hours.
That's not dedication.
Hey, I had a good day in here. I didn't have 18 drinks. Why
do you know that?
Because I set a goal up with a mate of mine. He said he had a record last year of 21. And his state last year was very funny because the person's house we went to, he's got a little kid, a 2-year-old kid, or 1-year-old kid. Last year he ended up in the kid's ball pit. So I was trying to beat 21 this year. I fell 4 short.
It's good to know you need alcohol to have fun.
It's Super Bowl. Who doesn't love a day drink? But
I enjoyed watching the Super Bowl at work. It was good.
My weekend was good. I actually had a quiet weekend actually.
Whoa.
After your big drinking week.
Yeah. No, I had to work. Had to work and then cricket and then.
That's the first time in a long time.
How'd you go cricket?
We lost. We had a bloke score a ton against us. Very good. He batted well. I'll give him fair play. They batted well. And then watched the Indigenous All Stars.
Yeah.
Versus the Maoris.
You watched the rugby?
Oh,
yeah, the rugby was the low scoring affair that was. No, I tuned into a bit of both and a lot of sport this weekend.
Yeah. I actually had a long weekend. I had a 3-day weekend.
That's right. You had a big day on Friday.
I went to Laneway, Flemington.
Did you get into Brat Summer?
Interesting festival.
How wet was it?
Oh, I got soaked.
On a scale of drizzling to Wellington, where was it?
Wellington.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cooked. I got downpoured on and I was wearing a shirt and shorts. So
At least you braved it.
yeah, I was brave. I didn't soak it up like other people around me. So
Boy, I've got to get something else. So you know the idea of olive theory from How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
I think there's another correlation that we get in this world. It's also called oyster theory. It's the same as olive theory, but it's oysters. Do you like oysters, Jimmy?
I don't mind it. They're sure alright.
I like oysters.
Do your girlfriends like oysters?
No, it's not vegetarian.
Mine doesn't really care for them.
There you go. Oyster theory is real.
I doubt it. Because you made it up. So
No, oyster theory is real.
You're probably the worst person to get advice from this.
Hey, I like oysters.
Oh. Is that a leak on pod?
Okay, the full Jonty.
Huh?
Instead of the full Monty, it's the full Jonty.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
This is awful.
Let's move on.
Absolutely, the Crows were right. Right in front of me.
We're going to engage with our mind.
Do you think they didn't come to play? Do you think they sat in their cars waiting for the game to start and go out there?
Boys, just calm down. We don't need to throw punches just yet. We'll wait to see the list here. But after the last 3 weeks of predicting how we think each team's going to go, as in individual, as a team basis, individual performance, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We've got our ladder predictions here and our other predictions for award winners. And boy, oh boy, I feel like there's going to be chons.
In case you don't know as well, we haven't told anyone out of us three.
Kept it
It's
quiet.
completely blind.
So we don't know what's going to happen.
The third caveat to this is that we're Essendon, Carlton, Collingwood.
Terrible.
I got a feeling one of these walls is going to have either a head through it or going to have a punch
the old
wall.
table's going to have someone's head through it.
Someone's going to get punched through the glass table, shattering. Who wants to start us off, boys?
I got it. I'll go first. I actually like mine. Mine's not that bad, I don't think.
If Essendon's in the bottom half, then it's fine.
Well, you'll find out. Alright, so we're going to go from 18 to 1.
Yeah.
Bottom to top.
Yeah.
I feel like our 18 still going to be the same. We'll say that straight away. But 18 play Richmond because they're a very young team. They're not trying to win. You saw that practice.
No.
You saw that practice
Thanks, Basil.
today.
Yeah.
They scored 26, and 2 of those goals were in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I rate them.
yeah, I think. But Wood and Spoon, they don't really care if they get it. Really.
No.
Let's be honest. 17th, I have West Coast. It's another young team, not really making many moves up the ladders just yet. So 17th, 16th, big improvers North.
They're going to go from 3 wins to 4 wins in your mind?
5. North will improve a bit though. They'll look a lot better. But I think in this AFL world, realistically, the top 15 teams are all way a lot clearer of the bottom 3. So now it will get more interesting. 15th, St Kilda.
Okay.
I don't rate them. I think they're shit.
Okay.
Straight up, I think they're shit. So I don't see them making any progress this year. They don't excite me. There's no real star in that midfield.
What do you mean? Jack McRae's a star.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, it's like, no, it's not the Avengers, alright?
It's like the C Tech or D Tech Avengers.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, 14th, blow it up, Melbourne. Melbourne coming 14th. I think there's just too much that's happened to that club in the last few years for them to really make a big jump.
Have they had that much drama though?
Well, not this year, but the last couple of years. Yep.
I think maybe car crash the ribs, head hurty, Joel Smith.
I think one major incident in the first 6 weeks, wraps.
Yeah. Cosy Pickett already saying let's go.
Well, that's Stephen May doing what he does.
That press conference.
No, he's like he's in prison.
Oh.
It's like he's in prison.
I've got a contract.
13th, Adelaide. They're not making a jump for me.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't trust Rankin enough to play a whole year to be the absolute
What?
star.
She's either concussion or an injury.
No, suspension or injury.
Injury or suspension.
Suspension or concussion.
When he plays, he's great.
Yeah.
Their forward line's good.
Trying to line him up.
Their forward line's good, but I don't trust their midfield enough to get the ball down to them to score big goals. 12th, this is the first team that made the finals last year got dropping out. Doggies.
Okay.
They've had an absolute crisis to start the year. Half the team's injured. Hugo Hagen's nowhere to be found.
No, he's back now.
With no preseason. It's like Oliver last year.
Yeah.
So I don't trust them to have a good year. They'll have a harder fixture because they made finals. 11th, Essendon.
Okay. So
Don't worry. I think we always finish 11th. There'll be good wins, there'll be bad losses. It'll be a very Essendon year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably be 6th with 2 rounds left and miss the finals.
yeah.
So I got that. 10th, Port Adelaide. I think the succession plan is no good. I don't rate that idea at all. That we listen to one bit of advice.
What?
Wait.
Succession plans don't work?
No, they don't.
Demotivating your manager.
Yeah. You're going to have one bit of knowledge coming from one end with Ken, and then another one with Josh Carr.
Yeah.
No, don't rate it.
You got 3 actually. You got Koshy sitting in the back.
Yeah,
row.
he's saying compare to pair.
Bring out the cash cow.
The cash cow's now compare to market.
He's back actually on Sunrise the cash cow.
Yeah, that was like the cash
Get
cow.
behind the
compared
cash
to
cow.
market.
Alright, 9th, just missing the finals. They almost make it for the first time, but they fall out. Gold Coast, come 9th. I think they're going to go very close this year. Everyone will think they'll make it for the first time. And then they'll do a Gold Coast and lose to like North or something. To miss out, choke. Top 8 now. 8th, Carlton. I think very half-half this year. I would actually think about having him higher, but I rate every team above them to be better. 7th.
No. I mean, no, we're going to wait to the end of this and then I'll debate.
7th, Giants.
Yeah.
The good side. I think they're going to have some ups and downs.
I'm just listening to it. Can't listen. Keep going.
But they'll be alright. 6th, Freo. They're stacked. They weren't trying on Saturday night, so I don't rate that at all. 5th, Brisbane. Coming off a flag. They don't have a good forward.
Same position as they finished last year.
Yeah.
Coming off flag.
I only don't have them top 4 because they don't have a good key forward now, essentially. No, Danaher's a big loss.
Okay.
4th, Hawthorn. They're so good to watch. The way they move the balls are late.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll make the jump this year up into the top 4. 3rd, Collingwood. I think the Pies have an easier fixture this year.
We do.
Not making the top 8 last year. They'll bounce back with Houston in there now. That'll be good. 2nd, Sydney. I only put it in there because I think they're real good during the season. Finals, they'll choke again. So don't worry about that. They'll have a good year. And then 1st, Geelong. Just because they're Geelong.
Alright, now do you want to say your words now?
Do you want to say it? What do
Say
you
your
got
words?
for me?
There's two that shock me,
Oh.
but I want to I'm gonna hold on to mine. So I'll wait. I'm gonna keep my words when I do my list. So I can elaborate mine. I think most of that list I can get around. I think I think there's a couple of teams I think are a bit higher than I reckon they should be, and a couple of teams that are a bit lower. I think you have to have a look also at the fixture, like you look at Collingwood and you're saying easy fixture. I think you look at him in Carlton's fixture. We play North twice, we play Richmond twice, we play a lot of the shit teams twice.
Yeah, but I don't back you to win.
Sure,
That's
sure.
my thing.
I'm happy to listen to it. Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
Do you want to wait so you can boil over at the end?
Yeah, I can pull over at the end.
Okay, so 18. That's my stand cool notes.
The notebook. For the 1980s.
18th, I have Richmond. No surprise.
Yeah.
17th, I have North. I think their schedule's actually harder than West Coast. Including the fact that West Coast have a home game against them that North sold to them.
That's true.
So I have West Coast finishing 16th. Due to that reason, I think they'll win at home.
That's awesome.
15th, Melbourne. I think they're going to blow it up this year. It's time just before Tassie come through to get something.
Better than first round pick.
Trading away all the players. Cosy Pickett will be
Sure.
worth a bit. And Petrarca and Ola.
Yeah.
13th.
14th?
14th, sorry. St Kilda.
Yep.
Started making a jump. They can't attack for the life of them. 13th, I have Essendon.
Yes.
I think it's better off the drop now. Have a season where you know it's good.
Yeah.
Especially seeing me transitioning your forward line, trying to get that extra defender.
Yeah.
And probably trying to get Parrish in that off the books. So,
No, right up.
12th, I have Port. I think the succession plan is going to really dip them.
I don't mind it.
But I'm saying that I reckon there's a gap between you guys and Port still with how mine's gone out. Port will probably not be anywhere near finals for me.
Yep.
But they'll still be like only a couple games off at the end of the season. They'll have a good run at the end.
Yep.
11, I have crushing, burning Sydney.
Ooh,
I have Sydney.
that's big.
That's yeah, wow. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's a big first call I've had today.
They did this the year before when they
Just made finals.
They just made finals. I don't think in this current situation they can do that again. Their midfield, to be fair, is still going to be great, but Warner's been looking towards Perth.
Yeah.
Heaney, we're going to see if he can actually do back-to-back years of being brilliant. And defensively, if McCartan moves forward, the fuck did they do? If the fourth one doesn't get McCartan, can they actually kick goals?
It's a lot of... Yeah, it's alright. I got more on that, actually.
In 10, I have Gold Coast. I reckon they'll be in finals until the final few weeks of the season.
Yeah, I'm with you.
To fall out. Now, this one's the tough one for me.
Who comes ninth?
Ninth is Adelaide. I had 3 teams contesting that for a long period of time. Carlton were one. Western Bulldogs were one. But Adelaide went through just because, they are just not good enough defensively, and Rankin has to be up there to actually get some forward efficiency.
Do they miss finals on a crop decision again?
No, I think this one be no arguments.
Okay.
They don't make finals. They probably choke a game at the MCG that they need to win.
Probably.
8, I have Carlton as well. I think injuries is always your biggest issue.
Okay.
And I think that you will struggle against some of the bigger teams this year. It's because you're playing mostly home games against the easy teams, but the harder teams you're playing mostly away.
Okay. I'm listening to this.
7, I have Fremantle. I think they will make the jump, but the jump won't be as high as everyone expects them to.
No,
especially not Dan Gorringe. Jesus Christ, man. Winning the premiership.
Say that. He's big forever, his fly favourite.
They're going to make a jump. They'll make finals, but it won't be anything impressive. And they'll probably lose to who I have in 6 is the Bulldogs. I think this year, for some reason, I have this gut feeling that Doggies will go out and win massive matches. They'll lose their shit matches they'll lose a match against North, but they'll win the big matches, and then when they get to the finals, completely choke in the elimination final. Number 5, Giants. Just a solid team. Yeah. It's their last real chance, but solid team. 4, Hawthorn. Move the ball well. They can beat the big teams when they need to. It's just getting out over a whole season, not missing the first half of the season by being shit for the first 6 games. 3rd, Geelong. I think Tom Hawkins not having another key forward alongside Jeremy Cameron's going to be a big miss. But otherwise, the team's stacked. Like, for Geelong standards, it's stacked. 2, I have us. Collingwood, just to clarify. New forward line look. I think Membry coming in to actually play back up to Mychek and McStay, who aren't injured for once. It should be back on track for what they should be. And then number 1, I have Brisbane. I think this year is going to be what they normally do, which is go really good in the regular season and then final series crash out and burn, because they don't have any drama this year at the start of the season.
All right.
Any thoughts?
The doggies won't interest me. I just don't trust it.
I don't mind the doggies one.
I don't mind it, but I just don't trust it.
They have a lot of games
The
in
Sydney
Melbourne.
one's the big one. Them crashing.
I want to know, listening from you two, because obviously I'm delusional. I want to know, what is it about Carlton? Don't say injuries, because I feel like that was a one-off year. What about Carlton doesn't excite you?
Something.
What is it that isn't injuries?
Defensively, you have Wiedering.
I think
That's
he's
it.
one of the best defenders in the league.
That's it.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I
Lone
disagree.
Island.
Disagree.
Who else?
You had Newman last year.
Oh,
Was
he's a
one of the best.
defender.
I was what?
He's a half-back flank.
And he's out,
playing the 10
so it doesn't
Houston
matter.
role, who doesn't play defence.
McGovern. I think
Okay,
McGovern.
he's an okay second option, but I don't
Is not
trust
is
him.
not a top 4 option.
No, he was never a top 4 option, but he's a
Yeah.
good backup option. You have Nick Haynes coming now as
He's
a
not
third
good
tall.
anymore.
Oh, I think he's got 1 or 2 years he can at least play.
One.
Play doesn't
Okay.
mean he's good.
Okay, so you think, is there anything else you think that's not defensively?
I think your midfield is very good, but you're relying on a rookie to give you pace on the outside, which when you play against a team like a Hawthorn, like a Collingwood when they're up and running,
Brisbane.
you can get burnt.
Forward line is either
I think
really good or really terrible.
I think you'll against the bottom half, you're clear of all of them. You're a great team against them. When you play the teams opposite play styles that are good high ranking teams is when you come undone.
And I just don't rate Vossi as a coach. That's also my other point.
Okay.
Vossi may have taken you to finals, but your squad, he should be taking you way further.
Alright. Show to my list now?
Go on.
Jeez, we're going to cause some riots here.
He's
Number 18, Collingwood. No, I'm joking. Richmond for me, I think you guys have already said it. I think there's going to be a big gap between even 18th and 17th.
yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
it's
There's an island, and then there's a second island, and then there's a third
When
island.
North and West Coast are that far above you, you know you're in the shit.
17th. I got West Coast. I think West Coast again. They got good players coming through. I like the progression they're getting, but I still think they're a year or 2 away from at least making that push up.
Yeah.
First big one here, I think it's going to cause a bit of issue. St Kilda, 16th.
No.
I don't mind
St
that.
Kilda,
No.
16th.
I really don't mind that.
I think St Kilda have not addressed any of their major issues. The King, is it Ben King? It's there, Max King. He still worries me as a forward option.
And
I
his
don't.
injury
He's
history.
not reliable. Losing Battle in the back line. Already, they haven't really addressed that issue.
Yeah, the defense is still 10 times better than North Melbourne.
I think there's a lot
North's
to.
midfield and forwards
There's a
better
lot
than
they
Saints.
need to address
Yeah,
there
but-
that isn't there.
North's defense, let's quickly go out of it. North's defense is Griffin Logue and Comben.
So I still think North's midfield is too good. I don't mind it.
Speaking of North, I got North at 15th.
Yeah.
I think what they were able to show in spurts last year, they've also now addressed the issue that they need. They need another forward option. I know he's old, but he's something that they can have at least for a year while they try to figure out their next forward option.
You'll make Larky better as well. So.
Caleb Daniel in that practice match looked unbelievable off halfback. I really rate him, and I think Luke Parker's experience, he could be a genuine. He's still a
2.0.
Give me a game changer. I like him. So got North 15. 14th, I've got Melbourne. I think Melbourne again. You've all addressed it.
We've all gone Melbourne crashing and burning.
I literally changed my 14th and 13th the last second because I think this team that got 13th just don't have as many off-field issues. But I think I got Melbourne 14th. 13th, I've got Essendon. I think Essendon, I still think they're, like I said, they're a year or 2 off taking the next step. I think losing Stringer is going to hurt them for the first half of the season.
Oh, I reckon the whole season will hurt them.
I feel like that they
But you'll be
This
expecting-
year it'll hurt, but in
again,
the finals
it's
it'll be
it's
good.
relying a lot on Caddy, and I think Caddy's still very young, raw. We don't know what we can expect from him. 12th, I've gone Gold Coast. I'm not sold on them away. I'm not sold on them on the road.
Yeah.
Last year they won one game on the road. I don't think they can flick that switch straight away. I think they can slowly work it up.
My main point is that they play 3 away games, 2 of them in Darwin.
Yeah,
One
they
one's at
home games,
Barossa.
really.
I think, that's going to hurt them as well. So I got them in 12th. 11th for me is Port Adelaide. Again, succession plan.
We've all got Port not making finals.
I don't think, I think, I love their list. I think their list is finals worthy.
It's a good
They
list.
should be playing finals with the list they have,
It's Port.
but it's Port.
Yeah.
Number 10, Adelaide. I think you guys all said it. I actually like Adelaide's list more than people think. I think they got a great up and coming list. I just think, again, after last season, what everyone was expecting to play finals and to have the season they did, they'll go better than what they did last year. I think they finished 14th, 13th.
About 14th,
I think they'll make that little push up. But I think just defensively worries me. 9th place, I had 9th and 8th switch around last second as well. Western Bulldogs for me for 9th. I just think Western Bulldogs are... Bevo, I don't know what I'm going to get from Bevo.
You don't trust them.
And Waitman now out hurts. I think Hugo Hagen, we don't know what we're going to get from him. Tim English is one of the most inconsistent ruckmen in the league, in my opinion.
They'll have Goober.
No, they won't. Not have a game the other Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
but
I got them
still
just
up.
missing out in finals. His first big call of the thing. 8th, Collingwood.
Okay.
I get everyone's hype. I think they've got some great players come in. I just don't think you've addressed your one issue, and that's your depth.
Well, they don't have any depth.
I think 1 or 2 injuries to a key player, and it's going to crumble the season. I feel like if you lose either a Darcy or you lose my check again, all that work comes crumbling down. I'll
address afterwards, but I do have a Maya check. I have a complaint about the Maya check.
Okay. I just think if you guys can stay healthy, I think you guys are a top 4 team. I just don't think with the amount of game time you're going to put pressure on these bigger players because you don't have the depth available at the lower level, it's going to possibly come back to bite and hurt you.
Also, I'd like to say that's my other complaint about Carlton is you have no depth.
I think our depth is better than you guys. 7th, I have Brisbane. I think Brisbane are going to get found out forward line wise. They don't have that number 1 option.
Yeah.
I think everywhere else on the field is really good, but I can't see them converting unless they get small ball like Hawthorn played at times. But I don't think that's the game style they play.
No.
I think until they actually have an address that isn't Hipwood, I can struggle seeing them to score. Considering they scored so many behinds last year, kicking it long, I struggle seeing them getting forward. They got great talent, don't get me wrong. That forward line really worries me.
It's funny how big of a loss Danaher is.
It's
didn't feel like he was that good.
it's
but he's
huge.
important.
6 for me, I've got GWS. I think they're a good squad. I like them. Obviously aging. I think getting Stringer is actually going to be a big increase to help the offload on Hogan because you can have Stringer, Hogan, Cadman, Green, all in that forward. Daniels. That's a strong forward line. And I still think defensively they could obviously hurt losing Perryman and a couple other players, but I like still what they have. So they've got them at 6. 5 Geelong. I'm not sold on them 100%. I think they're going to be up near the top for the ladder for most of the year, and then they'll drop off near the end. 4th for me, Hawthorn.
So we've all gone Hawthorn 4th.
Hawthorn 4th. I think they're going to have a slow start this year, like they did last year. I've got a feeling that it's going to be at the start of the end, but teams are going to be able to figure out how to play them.
I think it's mid-season. They have a real tough run mid-season.
Because I just think there's going to reach a point, like the back end of the last season, no one knew how to defend them or play against them. I feel like a lot of the coaches and teams will be looking to address that, and they're going to come in having a game plan. Unless Hawthorn have actually able to change a little bit their game plan to make it more unpredictable, that I can see happening. 3rd, I've got us, Carlton. I think top 4 is definitely possible with the fixture we have. I think obviously Nick Newman's going to hurt the loss. But I feel like after the season we had last year, there's not much to lose. I don't think there's as much as we had more to lose last season than we have this season now.
Yes, in the sense that last year everyone rated you so high.
I think the expectation isn't that you have nothing to lose. This is the year you have to.
And
do it.
I think we have a fixture wise, we have a quite easy fixture. I think list wise, this is the best our list has ever looked. I feel like it's all going to come together, and we'll lose in straight sets and finals.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
Second, I got Fremantle. I love what Fremantle have done. I thought they should have been in finals over us. It would have been a lot more of exciting finals if they were in it. I love what they've addressed. I think Shy Bolton could be really good for them. Their defense everywhere on the ground. I don't think they got a weakness really anywhere around the ground.
I can name a few.
Number one for me, Sydney. I feel like they're going to have something to come back to bite for. They want to come back harder. Like they did do it 2 seasons ago when they lost and the granny got thumped and then had a shit season. But I feel like this is a different team to what they had back then. More experience. They've been playing together for longer. I feel like they've got all the pieces to go finish top again, but I don't know if I can see them winning the flag.
All right. So you love Freo.
I do. I rate Freo.
I think the depth, the forward line. Tracy had a good year last year. It's going to be dropped down this year for him, production wise.
Do you reckon then Amos gets better though?
Exactly. They got Amos.
I don't know because there'll be too much of there's too many characters in the Fremantle forward line that want the ball more often.
Yeah. I think you got Bolton down there who loves the ball. Yeah.
The midfield, great. The
Midfield's
wingers
amazing.
are pretty average though.
Sharps are pretty good.
Yeah, but Sharp then in the second half of the year last year turned the ball over more than Steele side bottom. So, and then defensively,
the main thing the defense that worries me is does Pearce play enough games with his injuries to be stable.
One-on-one, they're not great.
Ryan's a defender.
Jordan Clark's barely a defender.
Yeah, there's a lot of attackers out of that back half. But I don't mind. I think we all think Freo's going to play finals.
Any other things you want to have a argue about?
I don't mind because I think we'll make finals. I don't think we'll miss finals.
I put you guys in finals.
I just think the depth part defensively, yes. Defensive depth, fucking awful.
Because you look at it, you lose a Moore or a Maynard quickly. It all goes to shit.
Yeah, we're trying McInnes in the back line, and if one of them get injured, Frampton's in.
That's not.
Yeah. That's not what you want.
No, but I
Hal's
think
getting older.
Forward line, we addressed that by getting in Membry. We have youngsters actually going to be playing McInnes. McInnes will go up forward if we need to. Ash Johnson, even though he was shit house, will have some return. And midfield, we still have a pretty...
Midfield depth, you're really good. It's the forward and back line. Enough of that dribble. Boys, let's try and run through this because that was a lot of dribble. Brownlow medalist, Jimmy. Who you got?
I have got... He went probably very unlucky last year. Nick Dacos. It's his 4th year. He broke the record for most votes and still came second.
Yeah.
That's so unlucky, I think. Dacos just had a runaway year. He's 22 this year, I think. So, not in his prime yet, so it's ridiculous. But I think Dacos gets his first of probably a couple of Brownlows at least.
I like it.
I don't think I need to address much more. I have N. Dacos winning the Brownlow medal. We just run the ball through him.
That's the other thing. You play through him.
We expect to be better this year. You were better than Nick Dacos is better. That's my whole thought process. So, I also just don't have Cripps making so many votes this year.
I don't either.
Voter fatigue.
Because, voter fatigue, and also because they'll be much more on it this year about not being overzealous with disposals.
Yep.
So, I've gone something different to what you guys have gone, but I've gone for the exact same reason what you've used.
You going Bond?
I've got Marcus Bontempelli.
He does deserve one.
I think he's not going to have... He's going to have a good season, or like a great season, don't get me wrong. He's going to be really good. But I think them now knowing that he hasn't got many votes last year, they're going to boost up his votes. I reckon he will beat Dacos by 3. I think Dacos will finish 2nd or 3rd. But I think they're going to give it to Bond because he deserves one. He bloody deserves one.
He's very unlucky not to have at least 2.
He deserves one. And then we'll move on to the next one. Rising star for you, Jonty.
I've got Bo Allen at West Coast. I think West Coast are looking for that midfielder pair with Reid. That isn't just some aging person. So getting in Bo Allen, getting him some time in the midfield alongside Reid, being that complementary piece, I think he'll be playing from round 1. So
I couldn't not pick Isaac Kako, really. He's going to play from the start. I saw him, we had a practice on the weekend. He was playing the whole game, had moments. He's just going to be busy. He's going to be around that forward line, him and Caddy. They've dubbed him as the next duo for the next 10 years, which is awesome. Put that pressure on someone from day one. Love that. But he's going to be around the ball. He's dangerous. He's billed as that next small forward, which is a real piece we're missing in our side. If he gets enough opportunity, he'll play every week that we're gonna get games into him. So I think the games and the goals he'll kick, he'll be a moments player. Got him winning the Rising Star.
No, I've gone two here. I've gone like one sort of main one. I think I got to Smokey. So my one who I think is going to be Josh Smiley. I think watching Josh Smiley in the practice game, didn't have his best game, but I think what he's going to bring to Richmond is going to be unbelievable. Come round one, he's just going to dominate. I'm a little Smokey here. I think he could be really interesting here. Ashton Moyer. I think he could be a Smokey here.
He does count, doesn't he?
Yes, because it's only his second. Yeah, he hasn't played enough games. Second season, he's going to get a lot of small forward minutes for Carlton because we don't have enough great small forward options, especially now with we shipped off what's his name to West Coast. No, we don't talk about his name. But he's my little Smokey. I reckon I could see him going really well. I'll go on next because I've been on last two. Surprise All Australian. Dominated me. I've gone Daniel Rioli. I think Daniel Rioli could be really good off halfback at Gold Coast, get a lot of possessions and could push it.
The fact that he didn't get All Australian last year is simply because he was on the Richmond side.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised too much about that actually.
And then my little Smokey I've gone, I'm not going to go into depth about. Jack Inman's my little Smokey. I could see him having an unbelievable year for Hawthorn. He's my little Smokey. He's my really pushing it All Australian.
Like he would love the odds.
Not look his odds, it weren't too bad. Like,
no, I'm saying he'll love the odds.
Yeah, I know he will.
Same. My surprise All Australian is Finn Callahan from GWS.
Oh fuck.
The same one?
Yeah.
No, he's good. I think it's more of a surprise because he's a midfielder, and there's always a midfielder you see make a jump. He's young, ready. I think he's Dacos' age, and he's going to be that beast. He's got speed. He's good on the inside, smooth skills.
Yeah, simply the same. I think there's going to be Tom Green may have a little bit of down here, just because he's had to carry GWS midfield for a few years. I think Callahan's finally ready to make that step up because he's not playing on the wing anymore, which did not work for him. He's a big body.
Yeah.
So getting in that middle, actually playing consistent minutes in the middle this year, I think he'll do it.
Yeah. All right, one more. Coleman medal. Winner, I've got Jeremy Cameron winning the Coleman. I think Hawkins not being there. He's the absolute main man up there with guys like Stengel and Myers and Neil helping him out. But I think you've seen him maybe play a bit more deep at times this year. See him kicking 60 plus, 70 plus.
I reckon he'll kick 80.
Yeah,
80 goals, 80 behinds.
He does that.
Good year.
I've got Ben King.
Ooh.
I think if Gold Coast make that jump up to being a competitive team and they have Jed Walsh actually be that half forward that helps King play deep, King will come out and go improve himself from last year and take that step to be the Coleman. He's got the marking ability. As long as he doesn't get injured as well. That's the main concern.
Yep.
But I think now he's not being asked to play all the way up the field as well, most likely. I think that'll be it.
My Coleman medal, I've got Nick Larkey. I think obviously he came third or fourth last year. He came second.
No.
He came second the year before that. He came fourth.
So that was 2 years ago. Last year he was nowhere near.
Last year he kicked like 40 plus, but he was no.
But I feel like his now with the increase of players in the Daniels and the Luke Parker, he's going to have better movement coming in forward, and I feel like he's going to be the main target down forward. I generally think he's going to kick 70 plus. He's going to kick more than half of North Melbourne's goals for the year.
Do you reckon he actually plays deep, or do you reckon Darling plays deep?
I think Darling takes away a defender because usually when the last year's played North, you just chuck it.
Yeah, you chuck a double. It gives him more.
Chuck a spare onto him, Larkey. Now that Darling's there, you do have to man up on him. He's not a complete dud.
So he was at some points last year.
But he's a target. You're not going to leave him on his own. So I think it's not a bad call because Larkey will get more room.
Taylor Siddle's got a hat-trick on his birthday! Not yet, he hasn't. Beauty! Not.
Barnes got 6 at the G. Build the man a statue.
What are you doing here? Oh, just listening to some Spotify, mate. Yeah, just listening to some tunes.
All right, now, while we don't have a lot of cricket to talk about, we can talk about how now we suck again. Because we just
Well.
touched up with our D team in Sri Lanka in the ODI series.
Fraser McGurk is the biggest fraud in Australian cricket history.
How did he get back in after how shitty he was for the first half year of Big Bash?
Why didn't they try to bring in Mitch Owen?
Yes.
Why
Always
would you
think
be
cricket.
logical?
You play your informed players.
And Sri Lanka actually batted really well. We can't give them that, but fuck,
Yeah.
we just couldn't face their bowling. They chucked the ball like someone else does.
Oh, Matt Kuhneman.
Matt Kuhneman. What do we think about this, boys?
I think it's stupid how he gets called and then someone like Jasmine Boomer, whose arm goes like that.
No, because the legality of the law is it can't come more than 15 degrees forward. Boomer's goes 15 degrees backwards. So that's not illegal.
So he's reverse Malach the system.
Because he's double jointed. It's not illegal.
So he physically can cheat the rules. So he can. It's legal. That's great.
Well, theoretically, this is the second spinner Australia's had in 5 years who have been caught for throwing.
Who was the last one?
Green.
Chris Green, yeah, that's right, he did, yeah.
But let's look at, he's played 100 first-class games.
The minute he goes into the test scene and has
He
two
also
games,
he's played a series in India.
but this is the first one he's had a real good series.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's the umpire we had in, what's his name? Thanks, Jimmy.
big sneeze.
Great name.
I've been holding that for like 15 minutes.
What's the umpire's name who everyone hates, who we had for the Sri Lanka series? I reckon it was him, Joel
Wilson.
Joel Wilson.
Yeah.
It was Joel Wilson, definitely, because he's the most stupid umpire to ever brace the planet.
Him during the border goes.
Oh, Joel Wilson should not be allowed to umpire, full stop.
Yeah, he's bad. He's bad. Remember the Ashes 5 years ago in England when he lost us the game and Stokes?
Oh, I genuinely hate him with a passion.
He's bad. He's bad umpire.
Doesn't take much to get things started, but that was good.
For a change in football, we can actually say something exciting. It's exciting. Hey, you gonna press any sound effects? Or
I'm thinking about it.
the cogs
You are
turning?
terrible.
So the National Second Division has been out and around for about 5 years now. You can you just take it away, Jimmy? Take it away. Thank you. It's been around for a while. It's been floated around. It's finally coming, and it's coming as the Australian Championship. No plagiarism.
What?
Boing.
We definitely just didn't take it from England and go, yep, that's ours. But so it's currently run like a Champions League for the NPL, but 8 teams already guaranteed.
What?
So 8 teams, the
What
foundation
teams are in
teams. So APL Leichhardt, you don't know these teams.
No idea.
Avondale, Marconi Stallions, Preston Lions,
Preston.
South Melbourne, Sydney Olympic,
Oh, we love Sydney Olympic.
Sydney United 58, and Wollongong. Now, to put some context, Preston Lions are owned by Macedonians. They've risen up the ranks in the NPL, and they have lots of money. Sydney Olympic did a funny thing.
Were they the ones who did the
certain German figure?
The Austrian painter?
Yeah. So there's a couple of funny teams in there.
I know who I'm going to be supporting.
Who?
Victory.
No, I'll be South Melbourne. My cousin plays for South Melbourne. He did. I don't know if he still does, but yes.
Just don't even know.
Didn't know you
Anyway,
well.
so 8 of those sides automatically get into the league each year, and then 8 teams that are invited from the 8 NPL leagues. So every single part of Australia, and New South Wales has 2 corporations for some reason, corrupt. Anyway, they all get admitted through invites. Mostly it's just if they win their comp.
So you're telling us we could see possibly Ringwood City could be playing in the championship next season.
If not, they're in the top flight or no?
They're in NPL 3.
Then no.
Oh,
No, they can't.
Get them up there.
Anyway, so it's like the Champions League format, the old one. So they play in 4 groups of 4. Yes, there is someone going out on the side. It's 4 groups of 4. So 16 teams, 4 groups of 4. After they play home and away against each other, can you not poke your eye out? They go into a knockout phase where the winner gets something. I don't know. They get money.
Prize money, for sure.
Prize money. Each year then it will be 8 teams, the 8 teams we mentioned beforehand, and then the new 8 winners. I think maybe the team who wins also gets an invite back. Very stupid how they run it. But
That's weird.
the only reason why is because they can't have promotion relegation yet into the A-League.
Why?
So the teams have all signed agreements to stay into the A-League until 2034. So their licenses are all up to 2034. So in a great part of future planning, they definitely should have thought about that before they started making a second division.
So you're saying the A-League team can't get relegated 2034?
Until 2034.
We need to relegate Perth now.
Oh, they'll go.
Who's going to be the first to get relegated?
I think Perth. Yeah.
No, because Perth might be able to pick it up in 8 years' time.
No,
I still pick Perth.
Their owners aren't that good.
Picking Western United.
Oh, they'll be bankrupt before then. But so yeah, in 9 years time, we're starting to talk about how they're actually in the league. But until 2034-35 season, guys, no promotion or relegation.
Right on A-League. Right on Football Australia.
Good work,
So by
professional
the time
leagues.
this happens, you'll have gone through a quarter life and a midlife.
No. No. Maybe a quarter life.
Definitely a quarter life.
Not a midlife.
30s then.
Shit, I will be.
Yeah, we all will.
We'll all be in our 30s.
No,
by the
you
time.
won't. Oh, we will.
I will.
Oh.
By 2034.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, yeah.
Anyway, back to actual A-League. There was no surprises this week. Everyone who was supposed to win was won. Except for Adelaide. They beat Newcastle at home. Good work, Adelaide.
Go the Jets.
So now Auckland's 5 points clear at the
Oh,
top.
God.
And it's just it, isn't it? Overseas now, Anthony has decided to become what he's worth. I know, Aura Man is auraing. In 4 games, he's got player of the match in the first game, and then 3 goals in the next 3 games.
How do you feel that everyone who ever leaves United or when then
Depressing.
yeah,
Depressing.
it's better.
I wonder who the issue is.
Not us.
Definitely you.
No, not us.
Definitely you guys.
No, not us.
You can't say that.
I can. I just did.
Oh, you literally followed us like at this point last year.
Forest for life.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Goodison had a send-off derby.
That was
Oh.
awesome.
For the ages.
We all love that.
Tarkovsky can have a statue outside the new stadium.
The best part is all the edits coming out this week of his wife in the TV show.
Is that
What's
the
your favourite thing at the end of the day? And then being in bed together.
Shaggy?
The red cards.
The scenes are awesome. Like they score the goal, the fans got the corner flag running around with it.
And then Decore.
Corey just
The Corey
absolutely.
deciding to be a shithouse.
Yeah. Red cards galore.
Curtis Jones just wants to come belt Decore.
On no wonder. But for both teams who are played as Goodison as their home at some point in their lifespan, it's a good way to send
We
off.
no longer have the 900-meter derby.
No, it's about like 1.1 Ks.
Oh,
Everton are in some serious form right now though.
They're hot.
They're flying.
They might catch Nottingham soon.
they're above you guys.
Yeah, I know.
It's not hard.
Not hard to see.
Goodness me! Patrick Reed, you little beauty!
Now, for a sport we love watching where they put balls in holes, my God, how good is Live Golf? Something else slower than soccer but has more fans going to the event.
Because Australian football sucks right now.
We just had the Live Golf event over in Adelaide, and what an event it was. 100,000 people in 3 days. Adelaide actually is now a hotspot for sport. Who would have thought?
Yeah, for the 1 point in the year. There's like a 3-month period,
Yes.
and then afterwards, no one goes
They
out.
gather out. Well, they have live golf, gather round, the Adelaide Test match. That's it.
That's it.
Oh, and they have whatever the fucking comedy series is, like the Fringe shows.
Oh, the Adelaide Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, Live Golf was awesome. It's great to see actually Australia getting big name golfers coming out to Australia. We haven't had this for a fair few years, but you had the likes of DeChambeau, you had the likes of Rahm, Smith, you had all of them come out. It was great to see, but how good the party hole looked. That
The
thing
watering hole.
looked unbelievable, the watering hole.
Looks very fun.
And what a start we had to it. On the 6th shot of the day on the watering hole, Patrick Reed scores the second ace in the watering hole, and that place went berserk.
It was very funny hearing no one, like everyone's going, oh yeah. And then the ball actually starts going, and then you start hearing screaming.
I love you're watching the broadcast and you see Dustin Johnson. I don't know who he was teeing off with. I think it was Sergio Garcia, and they're over the other side of the course, and they hear this loud roar. I'm like, did someone score an ace? It was that loud. I would have loved to know how long it took them to clean it up before they were ready to go.
2.5 business days.
Oh boy, but it was a great tournament. Joaquin Neiman had won the individual awards. That's his 3rd tournament he's now won in Australia in the last 2 years. He's dominating in Australia. And then the Spanish team of the Fireballs, with Sergio Garcia captaining them, they won the team event.
Thanks, Basil.
Thank you. What an event it was. I think it's actually put golf on the map now in Australia.
Yes, it's a place where you can go to watch golf and be entertained if you're not as into golf as well. you have to be to actually watch the real thing.
I would go just to drink. That's it.
Because
I'd go for the party.
It's good because you got the party. They're actually playing music on every hole, so the golfers have to play with music happening at the time as well.
Good. Deal with it.
But talking about music at the golf event, we had 2 major acts. Fisher was obviously performing on the Sunday.
Yeah.
No one cares about him. Dom Dollar performing in a golf ball on
awesome.
Saturday. That would have been an unbelievable set to be at.
That would have been brilliant.
We know how good Dom is live.
Right.
I've seen him, so
Seemed like we all stayed.
No one got overstimulated.
9 p.m.
Right, real close, and then they go.
No, it has to be the same distance. It has to be a bit there.
Oh, well, it's about 20 metres, max.
Okay, so 20 minutes. Bang. I'm literally going to put cement in my water bottle and go.
It's that time once again. It's middle of the week time. Guys, do you know what it is by now?
what? The middle of the week.
Middle of the week. Come on, Jimmy. Middle of the week is where we have 5 people, organisations, anything related in sport, and we give them a bit of shit.
Give them grief.
They just
They're
did.
doing bad things, and there is some incredibly bad things on this list.
This week has been the best so far. This week. This year, sorry.
Is it like just crime week this week?
No,
We'll find out.
Not all of it's crime, but some of it's pretty morally fucked up.
No, some of them are crimes.
The most fucked up thing, number 5 this week is the All-Star Weekend. So
It gets worse every year.
we complained about how bad it is normally. This year was probably the worst one yet. The fact that Bron pulled out the day before, my god.
LeBron knew how bad it was going to be.
He knew.
Fraud.
No. Watching the best clip is the one where you got the actual winning play happened, where Sengun did not play defense, and there was literally an offside trap in basketball. There was no one looking in the key. What the fuck?
And why was the... I kind of understood the qualifying games. Then why wouldn't you just make the actual game...
Well, why was it not back to the West and East? Why was it not?
Why couldn't they have done like World versus USA? That would have been more interesting.
That would work now because the Europeans and the Canadians are better.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they can't take advice or game plan of what like the NFL have done for it to make it like they just take the piss out of it.
But the issue is
Because they try to make it serious, but it's not.
the NBA is never serious. It's the funniest league in the world.
They also, like, same with like the dunk contest, they make claims they're going to be there next year. They won't be.
No.
Ja Morant will not be in the dunk contest next year.
No.
Neither will Giannis.
No,
Mac
that's
McClung has won it 3 years in a row.
He's going for a 4-peat.
No, he actually said he doesn't want to come back unless he's really offered good
Could
money.
be offer roster.
Especially who get offered good money.
Will he be on a roster next year? Probably not.
No. And then Tyler Hero winning 3-point contest.
Yeah, Buddy Hield with the massive choke.
Yeah. It's just, the whole weekend's just so shit nowadays. You know what, at this point, just give him, like, the title of All-Star, and then just let him go play.
It peaked in 2016 and it's gone to seriously just like...
Just give him the weekend off.
Yeah. Just let the Rising Stars play instead.
The Rising Star game is probably the most entertaining game.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
They actually try.
G League actually looked good.
Yeah.
Why wasn't Bronny on the G League team, by the way?
Because he's actually playing in the NBA.
Boo!
What do you mean? It's the big three. Bronny, Luka, and LeBron.
They average a combined 65 points a game together. Lucas 32, LeBron 32, Bronny 1.
So, All-Star Weekend and NBA in general. Your melons.
Our melons. Number 4 on our melons league this week, we have WADA, the World Anti-Doping Authority. Now,
You know a lot about WADA, don't you?
I'm not very familiar with WADA. They're corrupt, and you will find out in this thing as well. World number 1 on the... Huh? World number 1 on the male tennis circuit, Yannick Sinner, has won 3 or 4 Grand Slams over the last year, I think.
I think it's 4.
He's won a lot. He's often been in hot water over his career for doping in unethically. So in hot water before the Australian Open.
Doctor.
I said thank you.
Yeah.
He works with Dunkey, yeah. He's been in hot water since before the Australian Open. It's been a thing that's been known around for a bit. We know during the Australian Open he walked through it, didn't break a sweat, won it easily. Since then, just coming out last weekend, last Saturday, they came out, he's got a 3-month ban for his doping.
Usually a 2-year ban, but he said no, I want 3-month ban. So they gave it to him.
He accepted the 3-month ban they offered him.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's happening in like 4 months?
Oh, the French Open.
Oh.
And then Wimbledon. And then the month after that, the US Open.
Oh.
But it'll be okay for them. Don't worry, he'll win all them.
Gosh damn, he's going to miss the Qatar Open.
Oh no, that's so much money.
That's just so corrupt. If he wasn't a high seed or the best player in the world, do you ban? Like,
I
go
love
on.
watching Kyrgios go off at him.
Oh, it's
He's
so,
been-
Well, for once, Kyrgios is right.
it's not a tinfoil hat.
Same with Medvedev. Medvedev went off.
Yep,
He cracked it.
of course he's
Because they
cracked.
know damn well they would get a 2-year ban if they did this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Golden child of the APT
Well,
tennis
it
tour.
is because he has won 4 Grand Slams. It does look corrupt if he was to be banned for 2 years.
We should have at least all them rescinded.
Don't do that.
it just should be fair. Like, it's
They
just not
rescinded
fair.
Joe Watson's Brownlow medal.
Yeah, that was a bit more of that. He did it for like a lot of weeks. He did it for like 1 week.
And you still should have it, so it's fucked. Anyway, Yannick WADA is just a bunch of melons. No,
Very
I've been for
similar.
10 years.
We're going to go over to Europe now. And boy, this is a good one for number 3. We haven't won this low for 3 in a while. Fran Garcia, I believe he plays in Spain for Real Madrid.
Yep, he's very solid upcoming left back.
Yeah, you go. There's word come out he broke up with his girlfriend, so very sad. But you think it'd be like, oh, maybe he's trying to focus on his football career.
Yeah.
He's
He's a young man.
He's a young man. He wants to do what what's his name did from the Chelsea. He plays Argentinian. He broke up with his wife to focus on football and wanted to be single.
Enzo.
Enzo Fernandez. But yeah, he wants to focus on football, but no. So he's found this other girl that he's really attracted to.
Oh, who?
Is it
It's
a young girl in the Spanish scene?
Like, is it like a club or something?
She's a girl.
Yeah.
It's his now ex-girlfriend's mother.
It's a weird fantasy.
Fran Garcia.
It's a weird fantasy.
So
You really took that whole like watching to heart.
So Fran Garcia, his ex-girlfriend, has to go from calling him daddy to now dad. What? Excuse me? What is this inbred Spanish? Not inbred, but just
Weird.
family.
Weird.
This is Hulk all over again.
The worst part is that there was an affair beforehand.
Oh.
They were apparently having relations
Yes,
before.
and she got
and
caught
she-
by the yes.
That's the worst mum in the world.
Yeah.
Jeez, the dinner table must be great to have some
I don't
meatballs
think
at.
I don't think it's anything to take anymore.
So should we call Fran Garcia and Melon? We're calling his now
No, Fred's a
girlfriend.
melon.
I think the whole situation.
The whole situation deserves to be a melon.
It's something you'd read on fan fiction. Like,
Number 2. So I'm gonna have to get up the article here to read this correctly because this is a doozy.
Can we allegedly, just in case he does get through?
Allegedly, it's all allegedly until they're being found guilty.
Yeah.
Former Chiefs wide receiver Kadarius Toney has been in the news. He was arrested last week for allegedly strangling a woman. According to the police report, he's accused of putting his hands on her during an argument, leaving red marks and potential hemorrhaging in her eyes. Tony allegedly took the woman's phone to stop her from calling the police because he didn't want to go to jail.
Oh, this is campaign.
I've got an idea of how not to go to jail. Don't do it in the first place.
My favorite.
Is this how they recover from the Super Bowl performance of Chiefs?
Well, he wasn't in it, so.
Yeah, but like it sort of was a part of it in previous years.
If Patrick Mahomes starts strangling someone, then yeah, sure.
What is with NFL players always getting allegedly strangling or hurting mistresses or wives?
I don't know.
Just the
Don't ask
big
me.
angry men who run around and bash bodies on the
CTE.
field. every
Should
week.
ask Antonio Brown.
That's probably
No,
probably
he's
shit.
too busy hosting Cracker of the Year.
But yes, Kadarius Toney, you're our number 2 man of the week.
Which says a lot. If that's number 2, let me introduce you to number 1. We're staying in America. We're flicking over to basketball. For once, there's not someone, an NBA player, doing something funny on the court. This is something else to do with Dallas again.
Dallas having an absolute whirlwind the last 2 weeks.
4th week in a row.
I reckon. Dallas Mavericks assistant coach Darrell Armstrong. He was arrested for an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, what the police say. According to the article of what has been reported by the police, Armstrong was in an argument with a woman. And during the argument, he then proceeded to grab a gun, hit the woman with the gun, and threatened to shoot her.
He pistol whipped someone.
Darrell. That is probably the worst crash out you could have had over an argument. You know, sometimes you just want to come to a resolve, Let's calm
Yeah,
this down
calmly.
mildly.
Maybe
But
it gets
no,
a bit heated. But
How can America call themselves the greatest and safest country
The
in the
free
world
land.
when we hear this?
what do you mean?
And they got Trump deporting everyone. So
That's
It's only getting
politics,
safer,
so-
guys. What do you mean? Too political.
why has Europe sounded better than America? Like melons.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say when hasn't it been? No, that's been some pretty bad ones. Man.
Anyway,
Dural.
what the fuck?
Dallas has had the worst run of all time.
Dallas
Straight
are on
away,
an
star
absolute-
player.
Let's
Yeah.
make predictions. Who's going to be on Dallas next week on Melon of the Week?
Oh no, not Kyrie. Unless Kyrie has.
Oh,
some,
Corey might do something.
He might. AD's somehow broken the finger without touching anything.
Dory Finney-Smith.
Can we
Those are
say
like-
collectively?
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Can we say collectively this might be the leader of the Melon of the Year?
No, I still think Barry
I'm
Cable's up there.
still behind the Lazio Eagle handler.
No, he has the best story.
Anyway, we have another contender here.
It's
Just
up there.
Darrell. That is outrageous.
And he's the Melon of the Week
The
for a
fact
reason.
we have 3 contenders in 1 week.
It's usually like that. You either have
Jeez. Fran Garcia must be like
He must be
absolutely
upset,
fuming
yeah. He's
about
like,
not
"Damn
getting
it,
Melon of the Week.
Dang it! I'm not.
I wanted my free watermelon. Anywho.
That's it for this week, guys. No more remarks, please. What a funny week.
footies. Well, we're gonna have more footy to talk about.
Hey, we're going to have pre-season football.
we're gonna-
proper pre-season.
Speculation week.
Well, we've seen a bit of preseason already.
What are we
Up the
speculating?
Dons.
Edging all week. Edging all week. I can't wait for the try game. The Queensland try game.
Imagine I haven't won a game yet this year.
We haven't played a game this year.
Exactly.
I can't wait if you get smashed round 1.
Yeah.
The only reason you won is because you had an SSP player and you at least kicked 4.
Good.
You probably still won't pick him up.
No, if we don't know.
We trust Langford.
I do.
Hit the post.
Anyway, we can talk about more of that next week.
More dribble next week will obviously incur.
No, yeah, we'll start getting more preseason stuff. It'll be dribbles hell. Anyway,
Good.
that's it for this week. As always, I'm Transparent.
I'm Pebbles.
I'm James Isles.
Your pebbles later.
Pebbler.
Yes.
Okay, the full Jonty.
That's
Stay Nuffin.
not sticking.